I've now finished tape 2 of Lost Records Bloom and Rage, and I have so many thoughts. In this video, I'm going to talk about the abyss, the ending, and what it could all mean. There's a place hidden deep within the forest of Velvet Cove, a glowing, otherworldly rift the girls call the abyss. At first, it just seems like a strange natural phenomenon. It pulses with this eerie purple light, and no one really talks about what it is. It just exists. Was it brought forth by the girls during their blood pact and curse? Or has it always been there, waiting, invisible, until it senses you need something? Help, perhaps? Or even escape? By the time we reach the end of tape 2, the abyss isn't just a backdrop anymore. It becomes the heart of the story. It's where Corey is lost. It's where Kat vanishes. And it's where Swan is called back, years later, by a voice only meant for her. So what exactly is the abyss? What really happened that night? And what does it all mean? The night where everything falls apart. The girls have just crossed a line, breaking into the hunting ranch, releasing the deer, and setting the whole place on fire. It's an act of rebellion, yes, but also one fueled by grief and anger. They're lashing out at something they believe is cruel and unfair. And they're doing it together, bonded by emotion and the kind of loyalty that comes from shared pain. But they couldn't have predicted how far Corey would go when he finds out. Corey, who once seemed protective of Kat at the end of tape 1, becomes something else entirely. He burns down their cabin. He chases them through the forest like a man possessed. And when they reach the edge of the abyss, he's unrecognizable. Whether it's the abyss affecting him or his true nature finally surfacing, Corey is terrifying. And in that final confrontation, things spiral. There are a few different ways it can play out depending on your choices throughout the game, but in all versions, Corey ends up in the abyss. 1 second he's there, yelling, threatening, full of rage, and the next, he's gone, swallowed by the void. But that moment is only the beginning. Depending on your choices, there are different outcomes again, but they all lead to the same place. Kat enters the abyss. In my playthrough, she doesn't fall. She doesn't die in any clear or dramatic way. She simply slips away, slowly, gently, like she's becoming part of something else. After Corey disappeared, Kat told the others that the abyss is saying something, that this is where it ends. They shouldn't see each other again. It's not something they want or even understand at the time, but it's something they feel, something bigger than them. So they make a promise, not out of hatred, but out of love, a painful goodbye. And then Kat begins to fade. The abyss closes, and for years it's like it was never there. So what is the abyss? This is where Lost Records lingers, not in answers but in questions. The abyss is never explained outright. It's left to interpretation. Maybe it's magical, maybe it's metaphorical, maybe it's alive. There seems to be a pattern in how it behaves. Corey is consumed violently. Kat is taken softly, peacefully. And Swan, she's offered a choice. It's possible the abyss is a portal, a passage to something else, something beyond death, beyond pain, beyond everything they know. Kat was dying. Her time was always limited. But in those final moments, she doesn't seem afraid. She's not angry. She's at peace. Maybe the abyss is what gave her that. A way to leave on her own terms, surrounded by the people she loves most. And maybe the abyss isn't just a place, maybe it's a threshold, a doorway that only opens when it's needed. For those who can't find peace any other way, a quiet, sacred space that offers resolution when the world could not. But it could also be something more symbolic. Maybe the abyss represents everything they've lost, their friendship, their innocence, their youth. When Kat disappears, it's not just about death. It's about the end of who they were, the lives they thought they'd have. It's a goodbye to the past. In that way, the abyss becomes a kind of emotional void, a place where pain is buried, where secrets are hidden, where growing up means letting go, whether you're ready or not. It's the moment when childhood ends and reality starts to bleed in. It's the deep ache of grief that doesn't just take people, it takes parts of you with it. And maybe that's why it vanishes after that night, because they never speak of it again. They move on, or at least they try to. And yet, 27 years later, the past resurfaces. Swan finds a message, an old recording from Kat on her camcorder, the very one that was thrown into the abyss. Kat's voice drifts through, soft and calm, saying she's still there, waiting, inside. And suddenly the abyss isn't just memory, it's calling again. Swan is offered a choice. She can walk away or she can jump in, and then that's it. That's the end of the game. So, is the abyss watching? Is it choosing? Is it waiting for a moment when you're finally ready to face everything you've buried? But here's the question I keep coming back to. Was the abyss really necessary to tell this story? Could Lost Records have delivered the same emotional impact, the grief, the separation, the heartbreak, without the glowing void in the forest? I think it could have. The game's most powerful moments are grounded in human emotion. Kat's illness, Dylan's fear, the way the girls find each other and then lose each other in the most vulnerable ways. These moments hit hard on their own. They don't need anything supernatural to make them meaningful. Even Corey's story could have been told without the abyss. He was spiraling, violent and dangerous. His downfall could have been just that, the consequences of abuse and unchecked rage. No cosmic void required. The abyss adds mystery and intrigue, absolutely. But it also adds a layer of fantasy that may not work for everyone, especially considering how Tape 1 leaned so heavily into the supernatural, only for Tape 2 to pull away from it in so many ways. Some players might even feel that Kat's final moments would have been more impactful if they were grounded in reality. Watching a sick friend slip away in the real world is already devastating. It doesn't need magic to feel real. So maybe the bigger question isn't what the abyss is, it's whether we needed it at all, and whether removing it would have made the story feel smaller or more human. But the abyss as we know it in Lost Records isn't just a glowing pit. It feels like a place of transition, of endings, of impossible goodbyes. It takes what needs to be taken. It protects what matters, and it calls back those who still have something left to do. Whether it's a magical realm, a symbol of grief, or something beyond all understanding, one thing is clear. The abyss isn't just part of the story. In many ways, it is the story, and it's not finished with us just yet. Thank you all so much for watching my interpretation of the abyss in Lost Records Bloom and Rage. I have so many more thoughts and theories on Tape 2. Please do keep an eye out for those. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you would like more Lost Records videos and also other game theories and analysis videos. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a great day.